For me, I want a masculine man.
Right.
Because I think because becoming a mom at such a young age, 19, I've had to live more in my masculinity.
Right.
Like I've had to take the lead. I had to I had to be the man and a woman at the same time while I try to keep my sanity at the same time, being a single mom of two. Welcome to TheirTalk, a space where two unique voices come together to share real stories and spark meaningful conversations.
Join us as we dive into life moments, big and small, offering advice, insight, and a whole lot of heart.
This is TheirTalk. Let's talk.
So today, I don't know, this topic pop up in my head because I've been seeing it on social media everywhere. Like I've been seeing the conversation on it. Like, what do you bring to the table? And most of the time, I see men asking this question, like, what do you bring to the table? What is your viewpoint on that?
I would definitely say, honestly, from my point of view, I would say women are the one that ask the men what they're bringing to the table. I feel like from my perspective, from my understanding, from who I am as a woman, what I want a man to bring,
Right.
or his understanding in general. If a man asks me, what do I bring to the table? I feel like he's not truly living in his masculinity.
Yeah.
They have men, and I'm not trying to justify a man's masculinity or not because I'm not a man and I don't know.
Yeah.
But I would say from my perspective as a woman, if a man asked me that, I would definitely be like, red flag.
Right.
Because it's like, what do you mean, what do I bring to the table?
Right.
I want the man to be a traditional man and head of the household.
Right.
Right? So like, if you're asking me what I bring, I will have your babies. I will raise the children.
Right.
And I will do what I have to do as a woman in my own career. But like essentially I want him to be the household. Like I want him to take the lead,
Right. Yeah, I can actually add to what you're saying, right? Because the thing is, the reason why I thought to bring this up to you, because I have been asked that question. And literally I was not prepared for it. I was caught off guard. Okay, so here's the thing. We were just say John. All right. So John, his name is John, and he had his stuff together. Like he had his own place, and he's like business minded, like trying to do like real estate, and then he also had like work for the government. John was okay. Like he had his stuff together. So John and I started talking, and there's a backstory to that with me and John. John, I used to talk to him way back in the day. Like literally, I forgot about John. And 5 years later, he pop up again. Just literally, how your phone. Like literally, John just text me, and who is this? I don't remember. So I'm like, do I know you? So that's how we started. Yes.
Wait.
So anyway, yes.
Wait.
You know why we cannot go to that? We cannot go there.
Did you delete the previous conversation?
No, yes. You know why? Because back in the day, I didn't have iPhone. Okay. Yes, I did not.
Okay.
So so that was the thing. So John and I just started, we reconnected. John wanted to like reconnect. So we reconnected, and John is a different person now than I knew him then. So he had all of this going on with himself. So now I'm telling John what I'm looking for right now. I'm like, I'm looking for something serious, relationship and stuff like that. So John like, so what do you bring to the table? Like, so I'm like, I feel I'm in the interview right now.
I gotta breathe. I gotta breathe. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
What did he mean by that conversation?
Basically, what he meant by the question was, I'm telling him these are the things that I want. I'm looking for right now. So honestly, right, at that point, I felt I was a little bit defensive because I was not prepared for that question. And I like, what am I supposed to say? But I told him, I'm coming to the table. I'm hardworking. Like, you're gonna have someone that is very hardworking, like that can be a team. But I feel I'm in an interview right now. So I just went at it. You're like, no, I just saying, like you say you want all of these things. So I'm just wondering what do you have to bring? Because obviously you want these things. What do you have to bring? So anyway, that's long story, right? So we had that conversation. It been passed, but I feel that we're not prepared for it. And then I keep seeing this conversation pop up on social media, on different platforms and stuff like that.
Right.
So I'm like sitting there. I'm started to think it through to myself.
Honestly, I would say that it depends on the type of woman that you are.
Yeah.
And knowing that what you want, because what may work for me may not work for you.
Right.
For me, I want a masculine man.
Right.
You know, because I feel like, I think because becoming a mom at such a young age, 19, I've had to live more in my masculinity.
Right.
Like I've had to take the lead. I had to be, I had to be the man and a woman at the same time while I try to keep my sanity at the same time, being a single mom of two.
Yeah.
For the longest time. So like for you to say, like, for you to be on a defense mode, I think also you know your worth.
Right,
and
exactly.
And you don't want to be, basically I would say, like, you don't want to be like led astray in a way, like, what do you mean would I bring to the table? Like I've always brought the whole table,
right?
But
that was my thing too. I like, first of all, if you didn't know what I bring to the table, you wouldn't have been contacting me. Like, dude, what's up? Right. So, but then thinking back at it, right? I'm sitting there thinking about it. I'm like, okay, so I understand where he coming from. Like, I don't see anything wrong with that, right? It depends on the individual. Just because he wants a woman to bring something to the table, that doesn't mean he's not a masculine man. Because what he may be looking for in a woman, he may want a woman that's going to be like, will be
but the thing is, as women in general, especially us as single moms, we have been single for so long, we've done everything. Right. So it's like for a man to ask us, like, what do you mean? What do you like? We are survive with or without you, right? You know, so it's not like we're benefiting off of the relationship, right? All it is, I feel like for me, what I want is like, yo, I want to like take my hair down, like I want to I want to lay down and like know that all is well and we're gonna be okay, like because from you and your masculine energy, you're gonna make sure that we're taken care of, right? Our family is taken care of, you know, like. You're not gonna work. Like I don't mind taking care of the household. Like the children's good. They're getting good grades. They're doing everything. But at the same time, it's like, yo, like I think you would have to also play your part. Like if I have a baby attached to my titty, you can't expect me to go to work. Right. You know what I mean? Like you have to be the one to like provide. Like I've carried this child. Right. I've birthed this. You know, especially if it's a newborn. Yeah. And I'm not just specifically speaking about me. I'm just trying to understand it from like a wider view from other women who may have just had a new baby, and the man is talking about what do you bring? Oh, when we first met, you was this, and that. It's like, yo, I just pushed a child out. Like, chill. Like, let me first off heal from like pushing a baby out before you ask me this question. You know,
it's a lot. But I think though, where he was coming from, like I said, I'm like thinking back at it, right? Some men look for different things in women. Some men may want the woman to be financially stable, and some men don't care about your financial stand. They want to see, are you going to bring peace to my life? Are you going to add peace to my life? Are you going to be that woman that I will come to a home cooked meal too? Are you going to be that woman? You know what I mean? So now sitting there thinking about it, and it come with growth as I have grown and learned myself a little more, right? So I'm thinking to myself, like, I would have answered that question so much differently. What are the qualities that I have that I can provide a man to make his life better? So for me, that's how I look at the question at the man, just like, okay, I have all of these, or I'm already here. Okay. So you know what I mean? It's not financial,
maybe emotional.
Exactly. Yeah. So how can you support me, or how can you? So for me, I would bring that like partnership to the table. I would be that partner to work with you, to encourage you, to help you, to grow with you, like that shoulder that you can lean on if you need someone. So you know, I have so much more than I can tell a man if a man ever ask me that, because of what I know now, right? Like this self search.
And you know what though? It wouldn't make sense for the person that is meant for you, because he will automatically not mold himself, but he will fit in the space that he's supposed to fit in. Yeah. So like you may already know you're bringing the emotional support, and he may bring that financial stability, right? You know, but it will fit, and then vice versa. The woman can bring that financial stability, and the man can bring the emotional support.
Exactly.
So it just honestly, it goes back to it goes back to knowing what you want for yourself and knowing yourself and wanting to see that in your basically your world, you know, like in your man, in what you want. But also I think that especially with nowadays and dating and I don't want to say that the dating pool is filled with shit.
You know what? You know what I said?
It is contaminated.
It is
contaminated.
The dating pool, all kinds of people.
Super. And that's why I feel like everybody is just like scrambling, not really scrambling, but like so in their own thoughts, and they're not able to adjust their mindset because of what they see with their eyes.
Right.
But I feel like as women we have to keep faith and not just jump into a relationship just for jumping into it. Like he has to match your energy, and he has to fit right into whatever is right for you. Because for me, essentially, I know what I want.
I mean, at the end of the day, it all start with you. Like you had to sit there. Like I said, now that I can answer that question, like so many ways, because I know myself now so much better, and I know like what I want, what I'm looking for, and what I can give, like my value, my worth. I know that, you know what I mean? So now if someone will ask me that question, I can answer it. I can give them a list and they will sit there and they won't. But my problem back then was I feel like this word is like, this topic is already used. Some people use it when they don't even need to be using it. You have some guys that still stay with their mama. Like, dude, you don't have a table and you're asking me what are you going to bring to the table? Where is your table?
Where is your table? I get what you're saying, but however, and then it goes back to knowing what you want and what stage you are in your growth. Because at this point I'm in my 30s. You know, like I don't want you, like, you see what I bring, you know what I mean? Like just being around me, my aura, what I give off. You would see it naturally. You won't even have to ask me that question.
That was my thing too. That's how I was caught off guard. Like, what do you mean? You just came after me. You should have seen what you think I can bring to the table. That's why he came. I feel I'm in an interview, but also I had other, like a guy friend having a conversation with me, and he was saying how he has an S, what you know they can bring to the table. But dude, you don't even have your own place yet, and you don't have any of that. Like, do you even have a table? Like, don't ask me about a table if you don't have one. Like, I can help you build a table at this point because you don't have one. And two, like, I don't even know if I want to sit on the table. What do you have on the table? Like, if I know what is
on the table,
I don't want to sit there. I'm like, not on, but at the table. You just assuming that I can come sit at your table. No, I'm trying to figure out what you have there. Like, can I fit in there? Like, so don't just assume and ask me that question. It's like a learning situation. Let's learn each other.
You know something? I had a guy tell me one time. Basically, I would say I'm not trying to. I would say this man, he came into my life, and basically because I had children, he automatically disqualified me.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
When I say he disqualified me, I would say basically like he treated me as if he was doing me a favor being around me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, it's a privilege of me being around you as a single man who don't have no children.
Wow. Yeah, that is crazy.
It is in a sense, but looking back, I now understand that it was an intimidation. He was not intimidated, but it was more so like it was a self-esteem issue on his part.
That's why
he was lacking something. That's something that he was lacking in me, but he didn't understand how come.
Yeah. I had a situation with someone, right? It was the same thing I told them. I told them, I'll give you one advice. I said, go heal yourself. I said, not heal. I said, go and work on yourself, because you're going to continue to repeat this pattern. And because you have a problem. I don't.
It really is.
Yeah. You do. You have some issues with yourself.
And that's how you know emotionally when you're at that point when you know yourself. It's like, wait a minute. No. We're not
Yeah.
gonna make this a me thing.
No,
I
it's
think
not.
it's a you thing.
Yeah.
I think you need to actually figure you out.
It's not a thing. It definitely is a you thing.
Right? It's
Because
a you thing
you
because
are
you're
scared.
from what? I'm not asking you to pay for my kids' daycare. I'm not asking for nothing. I'm asking you to just be a good person and like just be a man.
Yeah.
Don't even right. Like
Yeah. But I think that topic actually it's not a bad topic. I don't mind if someone asks me that, right? But the thing is, where are we like in our talking stage or in our relationship or whatever it is, right?
Right.
That where are we for me to be able to answer that question for you?
Right.
Because the thing is, do you even have a table? Or what do you want on your table? Because you gotta tell me the things that you want, right? Then I can be but again, I can see it from both ways. Because if I tell you what I want, you can tell me exactly I'll bring that to the table, or oh, you missing this on the table, I bring this. Sometimes it kind of go both ways, but at the same time, like it shouldn't even be a conversation to have, just like you said. I can just from talking to you, just from talking to you, I can see the quality that you have that I want, that I'm looking for. Right? Well, I even asking you, oh, what can you bring? I feel like this is just already used. People just use it because they hear people saying it. They're like, oh, what can you bring to the table? Like, dude, where is your table at? Like, you don't have one. Okay, fine. I can help you build that table.
Honestly, as a woman, I would say I'd rather a man who has ambitions and who is clearly working on whatever it is that he's working on, than to have a man who is lost and asking me what I bring to the table. Like idealistically, I'd rather meet you when you're already there, but I know in the kind of times that we live in the way the times have shifted, meaning like women, the role that a man will play and the role that a woman will play. Yeah. Times have definitely shifted. I would definitely say like at this point, I want to see what you're working towards. I want to see how ambitious you are. I want to see, and not just speaking with your words. I want to see it with my eyes. Like I want to see that you say you're a musician. I want to hear how many albums you've been working on. I want to hear like how many music have you had to cut out because it didn't sound or feel right to you. Like I want to see the action along with it. Words are no longer anything to me. Your action matters more, I would say.
Yeah. I say honestly, that's pretty much. I thought to bring that up because I was just like, girl, I was sitting there thinking about it. I don't think it's a bad question, right? But at the same time, like we said, it shouldn't even be a question if you know what you want, and just by talking to someone, you can just know like I'm talking to this person. They had this characteristic. They had these traits that I'm looking for. So yes, they can fit on my quote unquote table. You know what I mean? I don't need to ask you because you can ask me and I can give you a list. And those lists may not even be what you're looking for, or they could be what you're looking for. I don't really know. I just like, what is the table? Like, what are you talking about? And I understood the table is metaphor, obviously. It's like, what can you? How can you make my life better? What can you bring here that I already had?
Adding
to what I already so, have. Which is I do understand that, but it's just like I like it everywhere. People talking about it, and even Steve Harvey said a man should never ask a woman what you bringing to the table.
See, I'm with Steve. Like I'm a traditional woman. Like I want you to bring the, like I want to add to the household, but I essentially want you to be the head of the house.
Steve said the woman is he said the woman is the table. Like, what are you talking about?
Right. She had to bear the children. She had to make sure the children are in school, that they're fed, they're taken care of, they take a shower. I don't know, just like what we do as women naturally, like what we are accustomed to. For me, I would say that's how I am naturally, but I know a lot of women nowadays are independent women and they want to take that. But for me, I want to lay my hair down. Like I want to chill. I don't want to carry this heavy weight on me every day. Like
she said, I've been doing it for too long now.
I want to relax. I would love to relax. Yeah. So, but I would definitely say if you guys have anything to add to the conversation, definitely comment down below. And my view and Nima's view may not match. And your view, you may have a different whole perspective. Please share with us. Let us know what you want to hear. We want to have the conversations that you will talk about with your best friend.
So what does it mean to you? Like what is a table? When someone asks you, what are you going to bring to the table? What do you think? What are the things
share your thoughts for sure down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and keep having conversations like this.